Hello, everyone. It is Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. Let's see who's in my green room tonight. He is the geezer's geezer, the EastEnders EastEnder. It's Danny Dyer, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Young Danny is here on the show. Alongside Danny, we have one of Hollywood's best-loved actresses, from Private Benjamin, First Wives Club, so many others. She's always a delight. It's the wonderful Goldie Hawn. Hello, Goldie. Our favourite Australian is in the building. Will you join me in saying good day, sport, to Mr. Peter Andre? Good day, Pete. And I'm super excited. Very few actors deserve the accolade which I'm about to give my next guest, but he truly does deserve it. Will you please welcome the big fella? It's Liam Neeson! Liam Neeson has a very special set of skills. He's bringing them out here tonight. OK, and we have fabulous music from the sensational Pixie Lott, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, lovely Pixie. What a week it's been. I don't know if you saw this, but His Holiness Pope Francis made history this week when he appeared on the front cover of iconic rock magazine Rolling Stone. we haven't made it up. That's the cover, right? It's weird, isn't it? I didn't even know he had an album out. I mean, it's incredible. There he is. Look at those cheekbones, eh? He must have been airbrushed. I would have said touched up, but you don't want to go there. Now... the magazine describes the Pope as God's representative on Earth. Can you imagine how furious Bono must be when he read that? Actually, I'm not sure it's such a big deal, because he's not the first Catholic pensioner dressed in white that they've had on the cover. Because, you see, this one beat him to it. Oh, yeah! Oh, suddenly everyone loves Madonna. A Californian... Oh, you're going to like this. A Californian teenager bought a blueberry muffin and was shocked to notice that it was the spitting image of her chihuahua, Chico. You don't believe me? Have a look at this. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty good. Let's get my first guest out, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? I think we have to. If we leave him there much longer, it might kick off. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. It's Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer, ladies and gentlemen. That's nice. Come here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Danny Dyer. Big man, good to have you here. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
How exciting is it that Danny has joined EastEnders, ladies and gentlemen? That's such exciting news. Major mark already there. He's playing Mick Carter in EastEnders. Tell us his story. What's his story? What do we have to look forward to? And what are the kind of elements of his personality that made it attractive to you to play him?
He's the brother of Shirley, played by Linda Henry. And he's come in with his family. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do it is because he's a family man. He's not a gangster. I thought it was going to be obvious. I come in, run about with a shotgun.
Well, that's what you often get asked to do.
Have a tear up with Phil, last about 2 weeks, get blown up in a car, end off. Yeah. Where, you know, with this, I come in, I'm an alpha male, but I love my family and I'm very protective of them. And, you know, I just thought I should do something a bit pre-watershed. Yeah. For once in my life, you know?
But the Queen Vic itself, what a great thing to be in charge of that particular ship. And I've always wondered, do they have real alcohol in there ever? Is there beer involved, or is it all apple juice and...
No, there's a couple of good pumps. Oh. The thing is, they tried to put non-alcoholic beer in there, but it don't come out properly, so they change the pumps every week, but after a long day, you know, I'll slip over to the good pump, have half a lager.
Yeah.
I don't take the piss, obviously, I don't want to get in trouble, but... Yeah. And the weird thing is, behind the bar, there's nothing there either. You've got to keep yourself busy constantly, but it's all there's no glasses.
That's called acting.
Well, I know.
You have to pretend. You have to pretend.
But listen, when it's 4 of you behind the bar, don't clap that. Mug me off, man. No. When it's 4 of you, you're all fighting over the tea towel or the...
There's one tea towel.
Or the glass thing, you know, or the, you know... It's a great job, though. I'm honoured to be part of it.
Well, here's the thing. You've had a bit of a rough deal, I think, because I know... when I saw you early in your career, and I'm sure many of you said I saw you in Human Traffic, you're in Prime Suspect. Terrific performances, great stuff. And I was saying this new actor. I know you'd been on stage working for Harold Pinter and other writers as well. And then you were in a bunch of movies where you seemed to get stereotyped, and some of them weren't the best movies made. I think we both agree there.
How dare you?
Right? And so I think you got somewhat painted into a corner critically, and it wasn't necessarily
listen,
your
I think, look, it's a strange game we're in. You have good runs and you have bad ones, you know. As an actor, you spend so long being out of work that, you know, when you start getting a bit of a profile and you start doing well and you're getting scripts through the door, I said yes to fucking everything. I couldn't help it. I remember one year I did 8 films. I cannot remember one of them.
Wow. Well, unfortunately, I can. However...
you sort of have good runs and, you know, I wish every film I made was a cult classic. Unfortunately, it can't be, you know. Yeah. You know, unless you're Liam.
Well, but I'm sure anyone looks back at their career and says, I wish I hadn't done that. I've certainly,
no, I don't. Listen, I'm feeding my kids at the end of the day. I've always said that, you know, it is an art form, but for me, I'm paying bills, and that's... I love what I do, but it is basically a job.
A happy circumstance, then, you're in EastEnders, because along with Coronation Street, 2 very well-written soaps, 2 great kind of... And they're like, you know, they're important shows to most people in this country. I mean, it's an
I didn't realise, actually, you know, I mean, I've had a bit of fame for a while, but since I've been in EastEnders, it's gone to another level, and I think this whole scene I had with my son and his coming out stuff...
Yeah.
You know, it had a real positive thing, you know, on you know, a lot of young gay men who hadn't come out yet, they saw that scene, and I was getting letters from, you know, from these guys saying that they came out the next day because of it, and I think that's a powerful thing, you know, and I was really proud to be associated with that.
I almost came out. I'm not even gay. I mean, it was, but no, it was, what was lovely was... What was great was the writing there, I thought, was clever and it was interesting, and I could see what attracted you, because the kind of cliched view of the world and of men like that would be that would be the parent that had a problem with his son being gay.
This is what it was. They spun it on the head for me because obviously of my perception and what people think, you know, what I'm about, that I was going to, you know, react badly, and instead I just cuddled him and said, listen, boy, it's fine. I love you. No problem. It's the old woman in it, played by Kelly Brights, who loses the plot.
Well, we have an exciting exclusive clip for you. This is from next Thursday's edition. It hasn't gone out yet. Have a look at this. This is Danny talking about it over with the old lady, the missus, the nightmare. Have a look at this.
Dad told me they got together.
And did you ask him?
No.
No. So you can understand him being a little bit annoyed at the gossiping.
They made a fool out of me.
And you inviting Whitney over to iron him out. I mean, how do you think he feels? We've been over and over this. Linda, you got to accept it. Otherwise, you're going to drive him away.
That's an impressive slice of modern drama, and it's a lovely thing to watch as well. You know, it's an important storyline they're dealing with there. Here's the exciting news in your life, I think, and I would imagine so. You had, just before joining EastEnders, you had another baby, you had a son.
Yeah, little Artie.
How exciting, how lovely, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
A little boy. And
oh, mate, he's such a beautiful little thing. I just forgot how hard it is.
Oh, yeah.
He's graft, and we had him like 2 days before I started EastEnders, so... And I've been having a few tweets off people saying on EastEnders I look stoned. I look a bit out of me nut. It's because I'm shattered. Like, literally, it's the heartbeat. You go home and it's like, you know, they've got the bubba there and, you know, got to change his little shitty arse and that, and he's got to burp him, you know, and sterilise bottles, and it's graft. I mean, I'm loving it. You know, I was due a son because I've got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
So I need a boy. I need a boy around there too.
You do. You get ganged up on otherwise. It becomes unbullied at home.
No, just keep your mouth shut. Don't get involved, do you? But my eldest is nearly 18. I've got a 6-year-old daughter. But I've got me boy now.
But that's quite a spread. 18, 6 and
I'll tell you what it is, changing his nappy, because obviously I only change like girls' nappy. So as soon as you take his nappy off, right?
Yes. And a bit of air gets on it.
He pisses everywhere. Yeah. It's just like, honestly, I've never seen something like it. He pisses all in his own face and everything, you know. It's like a little Catherine wheel. It's like...
Well, you must have done that after a big night out on your own. I mean, we've all done it, Danny. But how lovely. You mentioned your daughters, 18 and 6. So the 18-year-old, presumably, she's seeing people? She's dating already, is she?
She's seeing people.
Well, I don't...
No, she's got a fella about her, yeah.
So when she started dating, how are you with that, Danny? Because I can't imagine you being the dad I would want to, as a boyfriend, come home to meet first time.
Yeah, it's hard work, to be fair, but you know what? I think I've rung the bell. He's a good kid and that, you know. It's just strange seeing him grow up, and you know, she loves him to death. She's obsessed with him. Winds me up, but...
Used to be daddy this and daddy
it
that.
could be worse. It could be worse. He's a good kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And she loves him, and, you know, he treats her well and all that. Listen, as long as he don't upset her, or... as long as a tear doesn't drop from her eye, then he won't be walking with a severe limp for the rest of his life.
And I'm sure he knows this. I'm sure he knows this.
He's got a rough idea, I think. He's got a rough idea. But, you know, we got to do. They got to, you know, they got to live their lives. You know, I'm very protective of her. You know,
well, let me ask you something else. You had a period, and you spoke about this. I know you had a period where your life was off the rails a bit. When you were a young man, you indulged yourself in most of the pleasures that went off. Okay. Substances and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
When was the moment for you when you realised enough was enough? You had to stop. You had to grow up.
I was when I was doing a play. I was doing a Pinter play. And it was on Broadway at the Lincoln Centre, and I'd never been to New York. I got too excited, and yeah, overindulged, and I thought I could overindulge and go and walk out on stage and do a play, and of course it's just ridiculous, you know what I mean? I was banging trouble. I went out on the stage, didn't have a clue what to say, and you know, it'll never happen to me again, that, because I tell you, as actors, when you dry on stage, you never forget that moment. And you know, I needed it to happen. I needed something to happen. And all of a sudden I thought, wow, sort your life out, lively. You know, I had a great opportunity. I was a very lucky actor to be working with such people, and I nearly blew it just because I wanted to get off me nut, basically. And, you know, it takes a serious moment like that for you to go, right, rein it in.
Stop it altogether.
Well, liven up.
I guess partly it would have been made all the worse, the fact that you were letting other people down on stage with you as well.
Well, that was it as well, and that was the worst thing for me, because I was on stage, and it was called Celebration, the play, and I come on, and it's all set in a restaurant. I'm the waiter, and I come on, and I'm meant to interject into a conversation, so I interject, and all the actors look round, and I ain't got a clue what to say, and I can see the fear in their eyes.
Oh, man.
People like Lindsay Duncan, Leah Williams, Keith Allen. Even Keith Allen had the hump with me, so they're saying something. And Pinter, he was really lovely about it, but he did have the hump with me. You know.
Harold Pinter sort of took you under his wing a bit, didn't he? I mean,
yeah.
You know, and I think people were surprised, when they hear about you and him being close, or him seeing something new, because, as I said, in the years when maybe your work wasn't of that level of quality, I think people were amazed. But obviously, he knew you had what it took, and that must have been an incredible endorsement for you, to know that he was on side.
Well, it's a beautiful thing. The thing for me was I never knew who he was. I didn't go drama school, so I didn't study. I didn't realise how much of a legend he was. So when I went for the audition, all the other actors were shitting themselves, and I was just sitting there thinking, who the hell was this geezer? And I loved the play, I loved the work, and I got it, and I walked in, and I walked straight up to him, and I said, how you doing, son? Sweet. And I remember the whole room going, oh, fucking hell. And he liked that, I think he respected that, and then we became really close.
Let me ask you about something I read about you, and I'm fascinated with this kind of thing. You say you saw a ghost. Is this true? You think you saw a ghost?
Yeah.
You saw a ghost?
Yeah, I saw a monk.
You saw a monk, but was this...
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Well, it was either a ghost or a monk. One of us either weird anyway, isn't it?
This is what I was going to ask you. How do you know it wasn't a monk? Because there are still monks out there, but not as many ghosts.
Are there monks knocking about?
Yes, of course there are.
What, in Stratford?
Well,
No, listen, this is... I used to do, like, graffiti on trains. It's muggy now, but... and basically, I was in Stratford Yard. I jumped over the big fence in this, like, a big, long alleyway. One long, big fence, one big wall. Me and my pal, and we was walking along. It was about 3 in the morning. We was, you know, thinking, oh, I see something come towards us if we're going to get nicked. And as it got closer, it was a monk.
Was it a monk working for the London Transport Police?
It's clearly a monk. It's got monk written all over it.
Yeah.
It's got a big hood up and all that.
The old hood.
And then it walked past.
It walked past?
Well, I'm saying it now because I realised as it went past, looked round, it was gone.
The monk had gone?
Right, so either it's jumped a massive wall.
Unlikely. In a monk's habit.
Or it was a ghost. Knocking about, 3 o'clock in the morning. I later found out there was a monastery round there.
Wow.
Done a bit of research on it. Freaked me out.
Well, of course you were.
I ran home and it's, you know, I was upset. I didn't know what to make of it all.
Could it have been the fumes from the aerosol
No,
cans?
it was. Listen, you can't explain it. Is it a ghost? I don't know. I don't think there's enough pictures of ghosts for me. You know, people say they've seen them, but there ain't enough...
Not enough evidence, hard evidence.
There ain't, is there? There's none, is there?
Well, that's why we don't believe in them, Danny.
So you think it's bollocks?
In the green room, let me ask you, have any of you seen ghosts?
I felt a ghost. Well, not physically.
You didn't feel him physically. How did you feel him? You mean like a presence?
Yes, I felt a presence, something different.
Wow.
I used to walk into homes, sometimes I could tell when they're haunted,
Wow.
because I'd get kind of dizzy and lightheaded.
But aren't you known for being dizzy and lightheaded, Goldie? I mean, wasn't that your whole thing?
It was a different kind
Okay,
of dizzy and lightheaded. More on that later.
Okay. Okay, well, that's good. Liam, any monks appeared in your life?
I have seen a ghost.
What?
Yeah.
When? What was it?
Me and my mate Donald, we were about 15. This was over in Ireland. There was a little bridge, it's called Maggie's Bridge, and we were walking back from this dance. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, moors, heather, and I swear, I didn't drink, we were 15 or something like that. I saw Maggie's ghost moving across the bridge. Wow. Hand up to God.
Wow. Okay. Now, you know, here's the thing. We believe Liam.
Which is what I'm saying.
I mean, we believe Liam. It's because you were mugging him off and everything, and I don't know why that is. Why is that? Why do we believe Liam more than
I'm telling
you?
you now, if Liam Neeson says there are ghosts, there are
Ghosts
Well,
in the world.
now
Right?
you'd have to be crazy to say there weren't.
Right,
Because
I'm telling
Liam
ya.
saw Maggie's.
Well, I'm feeling it, Liam, right? Listen,
The
they're
only
knocking
bit-
about, they're knocking about.
The only bit about that story I'm not sure I believe is that you weren't drinking when you were 15. Okay. Peter Andre. I don't know, Australia's a new country. They probably don't have ghosts.
No,
Do they
we
have
don't.
ghosts in Australia?
We don't have those sorts of things, although I did see a wormhole. Now, I know it sounds bizarre, but I'll explain. I definitely saw a UFO. Now, you're not going to believe me when I do this, because I'm not Liam Neeson, but I'm just saying...
You're not even Danny Dyer.
No.
I mean...
But I definitely saw a UFO.
Wow, where was this? When was this?
Near where I live. And literally, it was this spiral. And, you know, you ever heard of the wormholes where they sort of, this object just pops out of it, and then it disappears into itself?
Peter,
Yeah.
Peter, were you taking up the wormhole? This is a sensible question.
You know you remember that night, Jonathan.
One other thing, Danny, you also, am I right in thinking you've seen an alien as well? You believe you've seen an alien? Seriously, is this true? You've seen an alien? Was it an alien?
No, I have. Listen, I've
saw
done a documentary on it, didn't I? And I did see a ghost, yeah.
No, we've
an
moved on
alien,
from the
sorry.
ghost.
No, I did,
Hold
I
it.
did, sorry.
Was it the ghost of an alien?
It was an alien. It was an alien in someone's kitchen. Let's not go into it now. It was in a geezer's kitchen. Yeah, he was getting abducted and all that. And
What, the
he
alien was...
set a camera up in his house and he showed me the footage, and it was a fucking alien. It was.
What?
I saw it.
But how do you know it wasn't just a child with a mask on?
Because it had a massive nut. It had a massive nut and massive
Well,
eyes.
that's
and
conclusive proof if ever we needed it.
Well, it was like a CGI, and the geezer's got loads of dough, and he wasn't. He was a skimp boat. I went round his gaff, remember? It was a shithole, right? So
I only understood half that sentence.
Oh, okay.
It was a skimp boat. You went round his shithole gaff.
Yeah. Basically, didn't have much money. His house wasn't very nice,
Okay.
right? So for him to spend 300 grand on CGI on this big nut...
Do you think the alien was thinking of coming in, saw it was a shit gaff with a skimp boat, and said, I'm not going to adapt you, I want someone with a...
That's right.
And went off.
Well, he screamed. He screams when he sees it, so it might have frightened him off. The alien went, had a pipe, had a frown. He screamed. It thought, I can't be bothered with that. Jumped back in his ship, done the slips through the long grass.
We got it. That's it. That's what happened. That's what happened. Don't believe otherwise. That's how to deal with an alien. Scream at him. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the new king of the Queen Vic. Mr. Danny Dyer. Great interview. Great interview. Danny Dyer, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. Still to come on the show, we've got Goldie Hawn, Peter Andre, Liam Neeson, and music from Pixie Lott. See you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest out here on the couch. She is, quite simply, Hollywood royalty. She's an Oscar winner. She's been in some of our favourite films over the years. It is, of course, the fabulous Goldie Hawn, ladies and gentlemen. Goldie Hawn. All part of the service.
Nothing ever... Listen, sometimes things just don't work out.
Sometimes they...
I left, and it all fell out.
Wow.
This is what... My pack.
Your
my
pack,
battery
that's
pack.
the radio mic pack right there. Hey,
It
Goldie.
is. Yeah,
well,
hi, everybody.
Thanks for being here, Goldie Horn. There she is.
Nice to be back.
How fabulous does Goldie Horn look, ladies and gentlemen? And of course, you're a grandmother now.
I am.
Unbelievably, several times over.
I am.
The youngest
5.
one was he had 4 little boy grandchildren, and then finally 1 little girl grandchild.
I did. Finally, we got our girl. She's 5.5 months old now.
Wow.
Probably getting to be 6. She is beautiful. And she's named, you know, Rio, but my mother's name was Laura. And my son and my daughter-in-law named her Rio Laura.
Were you there for... I was going to ask if you were there for the birth of your children, but I'm assuming that's a yes.
I was.
Were you there for the grandchildren's birth? Were you actually...
I was there for all the grandchildren's birth, yeah. There was, yeah, I was.
And so is that a positive thing to have? Because I think when my wife was giving birth, I don't think I would have wanted her mum in the room.
The truth is that Kate really wanted me there. And it was just fantastic because we, you know, she did C-sections before and this was a natural birth. And so it was kind of exciting. And she called me and asked me if I would, you know, Mom, I think it's time for you to come, you know, because she was getting the Pitocin, I think it is, isn't it? And I said, and I knew the baby wasn't coming right away. So I decided that I was going to take a bike ride. So I took a bike ride through the neighborhood because I had to get my exercise. I figured just 20 minutes. And I saw the most amazing, beautiful flower. It was a magnolia. And, you know, the smell of the magnolia is beautiful. And it opens up like a vagina. I mean, truly, I looked at this and I said, I'm taking this to my daughter. So I took it to her when she was, you know, in that position. And I presented it to her. And she said, Mommy, this smells so good, but could you take it over there? I said, of course. And of course, at that point, I was starving because after the workout, you know, you're really hungry.
And carrying that heavy fanny flower around you were exhausted.
Really, that and my purse, and by the way, the pink blanket that I knit for the baby. Well, I knew it was going to be a girl.
Do you really had that strong a feeling,
or
you've seen a scan?
No, but actually, I got the pizza, which then she immediately said, do not get that near me, don't eat that, Mom, please. So when actually the baby did come out, you know, we were holding and whatever, and the doctor was here, and you know, and he was a wonderful doctor, he's Chinese. Goldie, look. So I put on my glasses.
It doesn't sound... Oh, you got your reading glasses out to...
I had to because, you know, I wanted to see everything. But they had lights on them. They were those ones that you have when you look at menus. So I had no idea, but I looked, and here I have these lights on, and I said to the doctor, oh, now is that normal? And Kate comes up and goes, Mom, shut up! I said, no, it's perfectly normal. I don't mean that it's not normal. I just meant, you know, I'm just looking. The baby's head is so beautiful. And the hair and all that. Anyway, baby pops out. It was so gorgeous. And we were just crying and laughing, but I saw a penis. I couldn't believe it. I knit a pink blanket. I knew for sure it was a girl. And there was Bing, penis and all.
Wow.
Anyway, that's the story. I'm sticking to it.
What a fabulous story. And what a fabulous thing. What a fabulous thing to be there. Now, we haven't seen you in a movie for a while. For a few years, about 12 years, I think. Was it The Banger Sisters was made? But I hear that you are thinking about returning to the screen, which would be welcome news to us all.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I thought, you know, I've been doing this with the foundation for years. I decided that just like all of us, I think as we move on in life, we need passion. And a passion doesn't always last in the industry in which you've been in for 40 years or 35 or whatever. And I looked at children's state of mind, and it was pretty disturbing So I created a foundation, my Kahn Foundation, and the Mind Up curriculum, which is how to help children regulate their own emotions and understand their own brain. So we teach brain science, self-regulation. They understand brain breaks, so they understand stress.
And this is to teach children how to cope with, well, just their life, is it?
Yes,
Modern life?
the stressors of our children are so great that it's really impairing their ability to learn. It's impairing their ability to focus.
Do you not think, is this partly a modern malaise because we're on our iPads and our smartphones and all these things, and every time you go out now, you see people in a room, there'll be half the people will have something in their hand and they'll be fiddling with it when they should be communicating, and even at the dinner table. And...
I mean, God, I mean, even, you know, I'm watching kids sitting around tables and they're all out drinking wine or whatever, and they're all texting and no one's talking to each other. So we're losing focus on each other. And that is the key. It's like, leave your phones away from the table. Yeah.
Well, but it's tough, though, to get people to do that. Because our brains have gone boom.
That's right.
Because I know someone who goes out, it's a good idea, when they're out with friends, they all put their phone in a pile on the table, and the first person to pick their phone up, they have to pay the bill for everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it really is. I really love that. I'm gonna try that, because it is so disconcerting.
I wouldn't mind. I want my phone. I'll pay for dinner. As I was saying earlier on, though, you're returning to movies, is that right? You are going to make more films?
Actually, after 12 years, you know, and I've been very hands-on with this. We have wonderful leadership now. The foundation is growing. It's got its own legs. I mean, it's fantastic. And I actually sat back and I thought, well, am I beginning to miss this? And is there something left for me to do that will be fun? And so I've signed with CAA, and I'm looking around and seeing if there's something out there that would be stimulating.
And so would you act with Kate if a role came up? You could play mother and daughter or something else, but would you want to be on screen with them?
We have looked at that, and to see sort of if there's anything. That's a very hard one to fill. You can't just do anything. It's got to be, number one, it's got to be great. It also, I believe, has to have meaning. So if it's going to be funny, it has to also be poignant and have a sense of reality to it.
Maybe a film about her giving birth.
Now, I would put that scene in the movie, by the way. That would be one of my favorite scenes, because it was a Woody Allen. I mean, I have to share that one with Woody. That's just amazing.
Goldie, it's been fabulous having you here. I love having you on the show. I'm excited that you might be making movies again.
I am too. We'll see.
It'll be great, wouldn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous force of nature, Goldie Hawn. Thank you so much. Still to come after the break, more chat from Peter Andre and Liam Neeson, and we have a live performance from Pixie Lott, so don't go anywhere. Thank you very much, Lee. Welcome back, and it's a packed show tonight, so let's get my next guest out there. He's a singer, he's a star of countless reality shows. In fact, he's had more flies on his wall than a festival toilet. Here he is. My favourite Australian, Peter Andre. Peter, great to see you. Always great to see you. Come and sit down. Peter Andre. How lovely to see Peter Andre, ladies and gentlemen. I love Peter Andre. Hey, so congratulations in order. I've been congratulating everyone tonight, but you're engaged to be married. Peter Andre is engaged to be married to his lovely partner, Emily. I believe I met her once. Very lovely young woman. And I imagine, was it a spectacular proposal? Did you push the boat out? Did you organise a big thing?
No, not really. But let me explain why. I'll explain. Okay. See, you've got to know your partner.
Yes.
Yes?
That's why you asked them to marry you.
That's very true. And she's a wonderful, wonderful person. And she always said to me, if you're ever going to propose, don't make it predictable.
Wow.
Which I thought, well, hang on a second.
That's hard work.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I knew her, I knew exactly how I was going to do it, and then when that day came, I didn't do that. And so I sort of panicked, and last minute, it was New Year's Eve.
Did you do the down on one knee thing, though?
Yeah, I wobbled a bit. See, I'm quite clumsy, you know, and even something so planned like this, I just couldn't do it right. Wow.
I bet you did it. You know, if it's genuine, it's from the heart, then it's right, Peter.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
yeah,
it wasn't...
I got down on 2 knees.
That was both.
No, not quite. Well, I mean, that could have eventually... That actually, yes. No, yes, I did. Well, no, I did. I proposed. She said yes.
I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore.
I have no idea. I'm lost.
I'll be honest with you. OK, but you already have... so you have another little baby.
Yes.
And you already have 2 children, so there's 3 children now in total.
Well, 4
and there's
really,
Harvey, who is yours as well. You took over, which was lovely. And so how's the new baby getting on with the existing family members?
Well, I mean...
And what's the new baby... Hold it, do you have a name for the baby yet?
No, I don't. And can I just tell you
Hold it,
what?
when was she born?
3 weeks ago, but let me just explain. It's one of those situations, right? And I know it's almost like it becomes a bit of a joke, and then you start going, actually, no, we seriously need to name the baby.
Well, you need a name fairly soon, or so have no name.
We had 4 names. Maybe you can help me out, actually. We had 4 names, right? So we had Rose. I love Rose because it's English and beautiful.
It's hard for some people to pronounce, so try another one. Let's go to another one.
Excellent.
Just to be safe.
OK, this one's good. Okay. Amelia. Beautiful name.
Amelia's a lovely, very traditional English name. Amelia.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Could not be more English. Queen Elizabeth.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Right? So these were the 4 names that we were throwing around because I loved them because they were English and they were beautiful. So then the baby came 3 weeks early, right? So we started calling her Rose. She wasn't a Rose. She was.
She just didn't look like... That name didn't click.
It didn't click. And anyway, we went backwards and forwards, and then 3 days ago, she throws another spanner in the works and says, well, what about Poppy? And I'm like, listen, what do you think?
I don't really think my opinion should be counted. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know she said yes, but don't say, what she says this...
I came up with Junior, so I do need a little bit of help
Junior's
here.
all right, though. Junior's
a nice name.
What about from the world of popular movies or comics? What about Hit Girl or something like that? You know what I mean? Something with some boomf.
Yeah. No.
So, you mentioned you were clumsy. Here's the thing. Before we talk about your new single, which is out, and it sounds good and it's on a movie, we'll get to all that, but you said you were clumsy, and I've seen you going in, doing the 60-minute makeover, fixing up people's houses, OK? It looks like a lot of fun. I've always wondered whether that's a good idea, to have a 60-minute makeover in someone's house, because really, if you're doing building work in 60 minutes, it's probably not going to last, is it?
The question is it a good idea to have me doing a makeover show?
That's the bigger question.
That is the worst thing they could have done.
OK, I want to show a clip, though. You said you were clumsy. Peter doesn't know we've done this. We've chosen some choice moments from the Peter Andre 60-minute makeover for you to enjoy, to see how handy and helpful Peter is to have around the home when building work is being done. Look at this.
Pete, look at that!
I'll tell you what, mate, honestly... So sorry, Linda, I didn't push it, I literally just, I'm so...
I'm going to show you how to take this coving down without damaging the surrounding areas. Whoa!
Where is that going in?
That's it.
Right, that's it. Get out of here. Anyway, do you know, guys, what the weirdest thing is about that show? My parents who live in Australia and have been saying to me for years, you know, I want to come over to England and I want to see my son on TV because they don't show you in Australia. We did 10 series of the reality show, never got shown in Australia. I did one 60-minute makeover. There's a joke about this. Can I tell you a joke? You can't use it, he won't use it, but it's about a guy called Pierre the Coxsackie. OK, I'm going to explain it to you in a minute.
Why can't we use this?
Well, no. Right, so this guy, he's known as Pierre the Coxsackie, right?
What does he do?
Well, exactly. So this guy goes up to him and he goes, you know, why do they call you Pierre the Coxsackie? And he says, OK, I do. He says, you know...
What country is he from?
He's from Peckham. He goes, for 10 years... I drive my car on the raceway. Did they ever call me Pierre the Grand Prix driver? No. All my life, I make love to women. Did they ever call me Pierre the womanizer? No. I buy and sell to all the countries of the world. Did they ever call me Pierre the entrepreneur? No, but I suck one cock. And that's what happened with 60-minute makeover.
What a beautiful way of sharing that experience with us. I enjoyed that very much. And beautifully told, if I may say so.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
OK, so Peter is going to go back on the road. He's going to be singing and dancing for your pleasure again. I'm imagining... now, I understand you're taking a slightly more mature, slightly more sophisticated approach to your performance, to your style and so on stage than we have seen in previous years.
You know what? I turned 40. I've done the tours we did O2 Arena. We sold it out twice. I couldn't believe it. Did all the things I wanted to do, the gimmicky outfits, the dancers on stage, which was great fun. I mean, that is shocking. I want to know where you find these things.
Yeah, what do you mean, where we found them? Where did you find them? You were wearing them. Look, wow. You know what he's saying there? He's going, we're Terminal 3, I'm ready to land, if you can...
They were good fun days, you know.
Yeah, great outfits.
But when we started doing pop songs, we did pop songs. I mean, that's what we did,
yeah,
you know. It was like
the market.
programmed, you do something catchy and that's it. And so I went. And eventually, when I wanted to do stuff more that I wanted to do, didn't get any radio play, didn't really do much. So I thought, you know what, just keep touring, have fun, go into TV. Then DreamWorks approached me for this movie, and I thought, they're having a laugh.
Well, it's a new big, you know, these big American-made movies. It's called Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Look, they showed me like 20 minutes of it. It's not, I don't know if it's even finished yet. I mean, the stuff they showed me is very funny. It's got a talking dog who's the smartest animal on the planet, including humans, isn't it? And he's adopted a little boy, and they're going on weird adventures with a time machine. Sounds crazy, and it is, but it's really good fun, what I saw so far. But this is going to be a big hit, I imagine. It's DreamWorks, and it's a big deal. So they came to you and said,
yeah,
do the song.
So I got approached by DreamWorks. They said, look, we want you to come and see this movie, and we want to know if you'd be interested in doing the official song. And I thought, they can get Elton John, they can get Gary Butler, and they're going to call me, right?
Elton, Gary, they can't write it in 60 minutes.
That's the point. So I was starting to figure out this must have something to do with it.
Let's have a look. This is Kid. This is the new single as well, I guess. This is from the film, and the film is out, I think, February.
February the 7th, the film's out. Yeah.
And the single's out shortly after that. This is Kid, and it's a nice video as well. Have a look at this.
You're the smallest and the greatest thing I ever knew. But at this stage, you act twice my age and tell me what to do. And hey, won't you notice me? 'Cause I'm noticing you around here. Well, now come on. Yeah, now kid, come on. The things that I do, well, they ain't no fun without you.
Good movie. I like it. Let me ask you one final question before you go, Peter Andre. You mentioned your lovely girlfriend is now your fiancée, Emily. You haven't got a name for your lovely baby yet. I know you'll do that eventually, get round to it. When will the wedding be? Do you have plans for that yet? Do you know when that will be?
I said about 2 years. Now, can I just explain why? Let me just explain why. Listen, we've been...
Hold it. So when you propose, you go, will you marry me? In 2 years. I mean, that's a long way.
No, it is. But look, the thing is, right, someone was trying to pass a bill about saying that people that live together and have got kids should get married for the sake of, you know, the kids, right? And I thought, well, hang on a second. Yes, I believe in the institution of marriage, but there's so many people been together with their partners 20, 30 years and never got married.
Goldie and Kurt, 30 years.
Exactly. And that's fine. That's perfect. That is a great example. I had a friend that was with his partner for 15 years. They eventually got married, and a year later they broke up. It happens. So you don't know. In my case, I want to get married eventually, but I'm in no rush. What I wanted was the engagement. It's so important for me.
You want to try it before you buy it. I know. I understand what you're saying.
It did sound a bit like that, didn't it?
It does sound like that to me.
Do you know what it is? It's that she's got to finish her degree at the end of this year, and then she'll be a fully qualified doctor. Let her do her F1, and then we'll get married, and then we'll have another baby.
And that's a lovely plan. So it's 2 years, and then boom, pop out another one.
But...
And maybe in 2 years you'll have a name sorted as well.
Yeah.
So lovely to have you here. Peter Andre, his single Kid is out February the 9th. The movie's out February the 7th. Go and see it. In the meantime, join me in saying thank you to Peter Andre, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Lovely. Great to have you here, man. Great to have you here. Still to come after the break, the fabulous Liam Neeson will be out here, and we've got music from Pixie Lott. What are you thinking about? Stick around. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. Let's get my next guest out here. Now, he is a huge movie star. He's an incredibly talented actor, but here's what's excited me the most at the moment. He was recently given the freedom of his hometown, Ballymena, which allows him to drive his flock of sheep through that town whenever the mood takes him. That's essentially all we're going to talk about. Will you please welcome Mr. Liam Neeson, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. taking so long. It's been a long night, I'm sorry. So I said, Liam Neeson, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Liam, you look great. You look fitter and healthier than the last time I saw you, I think. You look in the best shape I think you've been for donkey's years. Have you been in extra working regimen or something?
Yeah, I've got 9 films coming out this year, believe it or not. 4 of them are animated.
Really?
Yeah. They keep sending me these action scripts, so I have to keep...
Yeah, but so what a great thing to have that reason to keep in shape.
I know.
I would have thought, because most of us men of a certain age, because we're both in our late 30s, we feel we should...
True.
We feel we should, yeah. I know. And you're in a new one now. The new film is an action movie. I love you in the action movies, but what a weird kind of swerve your career took there, really, because for years you were a stage actor, and then you were kind of in more kind of thoughtful kind of movies, more... sensible, yeah, kind of a different kind of movie. And then suddenly, bam, you're punching people so well we can't get enough of it. Yeah. It must be a very different experience, though, making that kind of movie, I guess. Or is it a similar thing?
Yeah, I've been saying recently, doing this press junket for Non-Stop, it's like, I feel like a kid in a big sandbox, you know? It's terrific. I love doing that stuff.
Yeah. We talk about the new movie. The new movie is called Non-Stop. It's out on the 28th of February. It's a great action, kind of tense action thriller. But it's not... It's interesting, because the Taken ones, there's a lot of fighting. This, there isn't quite as much in it. It's more of a tension-building.
Yeah, it's like a throwback to the old Hitchcock films. It's set in an airplane, 30,000 feet in the air. And things happen to me. I start getting these text messages from someone...
And he's the air marshal.
Oh, well, you've just spoiled it. Thanks.
Well, no, has that spoiled it?
Well, you saw the film.
I thought that was right at the very beginning of the movie.
Anyway, okay,
it's
I'm
after
an air
about 10
marshal.
minutes, all right. OK, well, let's do that again.
No, that's fine.
Liam is on the plane for a reason. He might be an air marshal or a passenger. Tell us what happens.
Or
drunk,
you know, a nasty guy, you know.
He could be the
So
bad
anyway, he starts getting these text messages from someone on the aircraft telling him that someone's going to die every 20 minutes unless a certain sum of money is put into this account. And it starts. And I swear, with this film, you sit down, you see an incredible piece of entertainment, and I say that with all honesty.
Yeah.
You get up from your seat and it feels as if half an hour has passed.
And you don't know what's coming next. That's what I liked about it. It's one of those films where you don't know what's coming next.
And you don't know who
you don't know
the nasty guy.
You don't know who's the air marshal. I mean, you don't know anything. Let's have a look. Non-Stop is out. It's great fun if you like the action movie, but one with a cleverer twist and more tension. This is the one for you. 28th of February. Look at this.
I started having chest pains and they just collapsed over the yoke. What the hell was that?
Everything's under control.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Is the captain okay?
Dr. Sir,
I didn't do anything.
come with me now.
Marshal! Is someone gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
I need your help.
Hey, people are scared. We have a right to know why you searched us. Why this plane almost went down. Hey, Marshal, you and I are gonna have a conversation. Don't you walk away from me. No!
Doctor, cockpit, now.
You letting that guy in the cockpit?
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go back to your seat, you're going to sit down, and you're going to shut up.
What?
From one cop to another. You know.
There you go. Non-Stop. All takes place on a plane, more or less. But I imagine if someone was a bit scared of flying, I don't want to put anyone else, but there are moments in that where you would think, whoa, because anything that happens on a plane, people do get nervous. Are you a scared flyer or a
you know something?
flyer?
I'm not. I can't wait to see this film on an airplane and see, hopefully see other passengers watching it so I can go up to the bathroom and walk back very slowly. You know? It's like a movie in 4D, you know? Julianne Moore's in it. Lady Mary from Downton Abbey. Michelle Doherty.
Yeah, Lady Mary, she's working as a hostess. She's gone down in the world.
She's
well, no, she might be a hostess. She's on the plane.
Yeah. She's great. It was funny. Julianne Moore, who's my suspicious partner, every day we were on set, she was asking Michelle, trying to extract information from her about season 3 of Downton Abbey. It was very funny.
OK, let me ask you about some of the other recent films. the Titans movies you made. There were two, weren't there? Is that right?
Yes.
Clash of and Wrath of, or Wrath of, as they say in
Clash
America.
of the Titans and Wrath of the
Okay,
Titans.
real over-the-top, crazy movies. And you've got the beard going on. There you go, that's a fine beard. The full robe. And was Ray Fiennes in both of them, or just in one of them?
Ray Fiennes was in both. I play Zeus. He plays my brother Hades, who rules the underworld. The last time we acted together was in Schindler's List. He's one of my best, dearest friends.
I get the feeling when you're on screen together, obviously Schindler's List is different, it's gut-wrenching when you're on screen because he was such an unpleasant piece of work in there. But I get the feeling there's so much fun comes off the screen when you're playing in those Titans movies.
No, we do. And the first time we actually had a scene together, and we just couldn't look at each other, you know, had to keep looking at the forehead, you know, we'd start laughing and giggling. And
just because of the outfits?
Yeah. It's all that. And I keep getting fans and stuff mix me up with Rafe, because from the profile, we have very similar profiles.
Yes, actually you are. I didn't realise,
So I've been complimented on winning a Tony Award for my Hamlet, which was 15 years ago. Nowadays, I used to start going, no, I'm sorry, you're thinking of Ray Fiennes. Nowadays, I just go, thank you very much. He's been complimented on the Taken movies, a few occasions. And there was one, I got to tell you this story. It was the anniversary of the D-Day landings. 50 years ago was this anniversary. I can't remember how many years ago now, 15, 16 years ago. And my wife and I were walking through the Plaza Athénée Hotel in Paris. I was there doing publicity for something. And these two couples, these elderly couples, my wife and I were passing. They got up, and this lady says, excuse me, can I introduce you to my husband and his best friend, who landed on D-Day 50 years ago, and they're now going up to the beaches of Normandy to walk by themselves.
Incredible.
I'm going to start crying, God. And just walk and honour their comrades who died, you know? So I'm just kind of floored by this. And we shake hands and, well, have a great trip. I said something like, I don't know what to say to you. You know, congratulations for living. Thank you for liberating all of us. And I was about to move away, and the lady produced this, the Plaza Athénée have these incredible menus. And she said, would you mind signing this? I said, I'd be honoured. So I get this, and as I'm just about to write my name, she says, we love the English patient. So I didn't break stride, I just wrote, with love, Ray Fiennes. You know?
But what a lovely thing to do. That's a lovely thing for you to do.
It's a lovely thing for them to do.
Yeah, but you know, you don't want to say that to make them... That was a lovely thing you did. Is it true that you might be doing Taken 3 as well? That might be on the horizon?
Yeah, we're going to do it this year.
This year?
Yeah.
But how many... How careless is he with his family? They get kidnapped again, didn't he? Shouldn't he start paying attention? Or they should just go in the witness protection program or something?
It's bad parenting, isn't it? But I did say, when they called up, I said, listen, I'll do it as long as nobody gets taken. And they went, ha, ha, ha. I says, I'm serious.
So it's not Taken 3? So you found
Taken 3, but we have a really, really good story.
But it can't be the same people from the same village, because you killed them all, didn't you?
They're all dead.
Apart from some really old grannies. Maybe it's the old grannies that are coming to get you. OK. Liam, I love having you on the show. I appreciate you coming on so much. And you're a great actor, you know that, but we all love seeing you in the movies, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? So I'd love to see you back on stage. But don't stop making the movies. Go and see Non-Stop in February. A great action, tense action thriller. Liam Neeson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Just please say thank you to Liam and all my guests tonight. Next week on the show, I'll be joined by the star of 24, Jack Bauer himself, that's Kiefer Sutherland, from the IT Crowd, actor Chris O'Dowd, the beautiful and talented Emily Mortimer, and Scottish funnyman Kevin Bridges, as well as music from John Legend. But now, with her new single, Nasty, it's a fabulous Pixie Lot, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, now just do it. I do it. I do it till you're good and tired.
In the roof, I'm not a man, telling me that
It's time for the Grand Empire exhibition tomorrow night, but can Agnes deliver? Mr. Selfridge is at 9. And here at the same time on Monday, back in